Kala Amrita, timeless elixir / sovereign nectar of the concluding hour. The Kala Amrita Reset Formulation is a highly engineered mechanical intervention designed to intercept hyper-vigilant stress signals and reset the gut-brain axis. Rather than simply offering mild relaxation, this tea acts as a structural circuit breaker. It physically unlocks cramped tension in the solar plexus, opens starved blood vessels in the core, and buffers the adrenal glands, forcing the central nervous system to decelerate and return to a state of grounded flow. By systematically regulating the internal terrain, it overrides trauma-induced paralysis and stagnation within the vital organs. System architecture and component mechanics. Lemon balm, 1/2 teaspoon. Targets central and enteric nervous systems. Inhibits the enzyme that breaks down GABA in the brain, chemically forcing the mind to decelerate. Functions as an antispasmodic to physically relax cramped, locked muscles of the stomach and solar plexus. Consciousness effect / element. Physiological deceleration / elements. Damiana leaf, 1/2 teaspoon. Targets circulatory and nervous systems. Acts as a pelvic vasodilator. When trauma shunts blood away from your core into your limbs for combat, Damiana forces blood vessels in the abdomen and pelvic floor to open back up, delivering oxygen to starved digestive tissues. Consciousness effect / element. Visceral tissue reset / flow. Red raspberry leaf, 1/2 teaspoon. Targets vascular system and GI tissue. Acts as a heavy astringent packed with tannins. Orange peel, 1/8 teaspoon. Targets hepatic, liver, and digestive systems. Acts as a bitter tonic. Volatile oils strike bitter receptors on the tongue, sending a vagus nerve signal that forces the liver to release bile and the stomach to prepare for digestion, cutting through stress-induced paralysis. Consciousness effect / element. Vagal activation / bitter. Ginger root, 1/2 teaspoon. Targets enteric nervous system, gut-brain. Acts as a powerful prokinetic, mechanically forces smooth muscles of the stomach to contract and pump downward, peristalsis, to clear the fiery block feeling of stagnant energy. Consciousness effect / element. Peristaltic driver / fire. Rhodiola, 3 drops. Targets endocrine system, adrenals. Acts as an adaptogen that actively buffers adrenal glands, preventing them from dumping massive spikes of adrenaline and cortisol into the bloodstream during a trauma spark. Consciousness effect / element. Adaptive buffer / endocrine. Schisandra, 3 drops. Targets central nervous system and liver. Acts as a neuroprotectant and liver tonic. Accelerates the clearing of circulating stress hormones out of the bloodstream faster, preventing the body from running on trauma for prolonged periods. Consciousness effect / element. Hormone clearance / protection. Passion flower, 3 drops. Targets central nervous system. Acts as a neurological sedative. Binds directly to GABA receptors in the brain to quiet the internal alarm system, physically disrupting the cycle of hyper-vigilant scanning and tracking. Consciousness effect / element. Disrupting hypervigilance / ecstasy. Himalayan salt, 9 rocks. Targets cellular and electrolyte systems. A precise microdose of trace minerals provides the exact electrical charge necessary to pull water out of the digestive tract and directly into dried-out, trauma-fatigued cells without triggering an aggressive flush. Consciousness effect / element. Electrical grounding / earth. Water, 16 ounces. Targets gastrointestinal system. Acts as a mechanical trigger. The physical weight and volume of the fluid stretching the stomach lining initiates the gastrocolic reflex, signaling the colon that it is safe to evacuate and establishing a predictable 15 to 25-minute rhythm. Consciousness effect / element. Mechanical reset / water. Optional amplifiers. Skullcap, 1/4 teaspoon. Added for nervous system calm and spiritual opening. Ashwagandha powder, 1/4 teaspoon. Added for cortisol modulation and nervous system stability. Go-to cola powder, 1/2 teaspoon. Added as a media rasayana to enhance memory and cerebral circulation. Cinnamon powder, 1/8 teaspoon. Added for thermogenic enhancement and blood sugar regulation. Brewing protocol and phasic sequence. Step 1, combine base. Place the dry botanicals, 1/2 teaspoon lemon balm, 1/2 teaspoon damiana leaf, 1/2 teaspoon red raspberry leaf, 1/8 teaspoon orange peel, and 1/2 teaspoon ginger root directly into a clean brewing vessel. Step 2, add extracts. Drop the liquid extracts in catalyst, 3 drops rhodiola, 3 drops schisandra, and 3 drops passion flower directly onto the raw dry mixture. Step 3, insert key. Add exactly 9 rocks of raw Himalayan salt into the vessel. Step 4, the steep. Pour 16 ounces of hot water, optimally at a temperature of 212 degrees Fahrenheit, completely over the blend. Cover the vessel immediately to secure volatile aromatic compounds and allow to infuse for 10 to 15 minutes. Step 5, activate. Strain the liquid into a service cup and consume to immediately initiate the mechanical system reset. Phase 1, the brakes. Physiological deceleration. Lemon balm and passion flower actively quiet the central nervous system by inhibiting critical GABA breakdown, while the bitter properties of orange peel force the gut-brain axis to decelerate. Phase 2, the flow. Visceral reset. Damiana leaf and red raspberry leaf act dynamically as localized vasodilators and astringents, completely overriding trauma-induced shunting responses to deliver oxygen and tone-inflamed, locked gastrointestinal tissues. Phase 3, the guard, adaptive buffer. Rhodiola and schisandra securely buffer the delicate adrenal glands against sudden damaging cortisol spikes, while ginger root provides the visceral power required to physically pump stagnant heavy energy downward via peristalsis.